We're back with the bigger picture.
The movie Slumdog Millionaire has received 10 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. This rags-to-riches film depicts life inside the slums of Mumbai, India, where nearly 1 million slum dwellers are squeezed onto 600 acres. Well, tonight, 16 by 9 takes you on a unique journey to the place that inspired this acclaimed film. And our tour guide, reporter Jazz Johal, introduces us to the real-life slumdogs.
Welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
The backdrop to the Oscar-nominated movie Slumdog Millionaire is a scene inconceivable to most Canadians. The hard lives of Mumbai's poor are what inspired this film about a slum dweller named Jamal, who wins India's version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'll go for D, London.
Jamal Malik, you're absolutely right!
But for millions of people here, the stark poverty shown in the movie is the cruel reality of everyday life, and hope is not easy to find here.
I'm a slum dweller, I'm not a slum dog.
Jochen Arputham has met thousands of Jamals here. The social activist grew up in a slum just like this. He gave us a personal tour of Dharavi, Asia's biggest slum. Dharavi is 600 acres of chaotic alleyways, dilapidated tin homes, and workshops situated in the middle of Mumbai. There are only public toilets and water taps here. Sanitation is poor, with open sewers running along alleyways. Mumbai is India's financial capital, with ambitions to become the next Dubai and Shanghai. What stands in its way, many believe, is Dharavi. Many want this former fishing village torn down.
You still live in a slum as well? Of course I live in a slum because that's where my education, that's my inspiration.
And as these slum dwellers barely eke out an existence, each day, Jochen says many here are facing another unprecedented challenge. Pressure from developers who want to build condominiums because the slum sits on some of the most expensive real estate on the planet. Land values here are higher than Vancouver or Toronto.
Bringing a multi-story here, making this into Manhattan is not going to change the Bombay or India economy. So Dharavi has to remain Dharavi, but the changes has to come within Dharavi.
Each day over 200 migrants move to Mumbai. It still remains India's city of dreams. Most come from the countryside and end up here in Dharavi. In many cases, they don't leave. But what remains constant is that belief in that rags to riches story. Dharavi remains an affordable option for those who want to live in Mumbai. It's populated by the city's maids, cooks, and drivers. Pushpa lives here with her family, including daughter Jasmine and son Alwyn. She and her family have the basics, including illegal electricity, 200 channels on their TV, and can afford to send their kids to school. This room is about 75 square feet. In fact, if I stand up and stretch my arms, I can almost reach one wall to the other, so very small. Elwyn here is one of two sons that this family has. He and his sister sleep underneath the bed at nighttime when they go to sleep. The eldest son sleeps on the bed, and mom and dad sleep on the floor here to my right. This is the kitchen area during the day. And in this sea of poverty, a rare sight, a man in a suit. Mervyn Pinto is a Canadian entrepreneur who wants to change the face and stigma of this slum. He thinks he can help the poor and make money. How? We caught up with him in a slum near Dharavi to get some answers.
If you go inside into the slum region, it is definitely heartbreaking. It's practically pathetic because people's hygiene conditions are very poor.
Pinto's company, Manean Ventures, manufactures low-cost steel frame homes. His company can build structures up to 10 stories. The plan would involve 20% of cleared slums being used for market housing, and the rest would include new homes for the poor, including schools and community centers. Dharavi redevelopment alone would cost $2.5 billion Canadian.
Everyone wants a better living, and everybody knows that if you get into if you are rehabilitated into an apartment, the land value itself and basically their own living condition apart from the land value will be far different from what they are today.
Pinto is working with NGOs who like his plan because it doesn't push the poor to the outskirts of the city, a move that activists say would be disastrous for Mumbai because this slum is filled with go-getters just like the fictional character of Jamal from Slumdog. It's something we noticed when we traveled the narrow alleyways of Dharavi. There are thousands of small-scale businesses here that produce everything from leather goods to garments. Over $650 million Canadian worth of goods are produced and sold worldwide that originate from Dharavi. Kudu Badanmala runs a small-scale t-shirt shop. He's only 24. Where are these t-shirts sold, we asked. We sell them to suppliers in Russia, Saudi Arabia, and North America, he says. Journalist Kalpana Sharma wrote a book on Dharavi and says it's a myth that the poor are a burden on the city.
Highly productive. It is contributing to the city. How can these people hold the city back or the country back? They're actually contributing, without any assistance. Whereas the rich try and avoid paying taxes.
So far, Slumdog Millionaire has won the Best Picture Awards at the Screen Actors Guild, Hollywood Foreign Press, and British Academy Awards, and is considered a strong Oscar contender.
Thank you very much.
The film's female star, Frida Pinto, a Mumbai resident, says the film is an honest portrayal of life for many here.
It's a kind of a touchy topic, when you deal with it in its truest possible light. And no one has seen. The thing is, no one has seen Mumbai this way. This is the first time they're saying it in a way like never before, which is why it has sparked a bit of controversy and a few rumors.
If Dharavi's redevelopment works, it will become a model for similar slums from Africa to South America. For Mervyn Pinto, though, the desire to build isn't just about the money.
I mean, I come from India, basically. Of course, moved into Canada in '94, but the heart still cries towards the betterment of the people here. And when I joined to come back, when I vowed to come back, it was primarily to cater to the economically weaker section of the society.
Slumdog Millionaire may have raised the curtain on the struggles of Dharavi, but there are millions here who hope this potential Oscar winner will spark lasting change.
Next on 16 by 9.
Well, it started out as a response to some Christian ads that appeared on buses in the summer last year.
It's so sad that there are people in the world who perceive the presence of God as a source of worry.
Did you miss something? Watch our show 16 by 9 online at global16by9.com.